Hi, in this video we'll be showing how to do a Lamello Divario joint using the Lamello Zeta P2. The Divario connector consists of two parts, as most do. You've got your male part that would go into the side of your carcass, and then the female part that would go into the side of your shelf. To fit them, as with all connectors, is a bit of a process. Down the centre of this one, this is going to act as our carcass. I've drawn a line just in the middle. We will then be using a jig to mark out the holes in order to put in the male part of the connector. There's two jigs available. You can get the plastic see-through jig, which you bend the tab down, put on the edge of your work, line up this red line with your pencil liner where you require the centre of your shelf to be, and then use your pencil to mark the holes there, and then recreate that along, or flip it to the other side as required depending on your length of shelf. The other jig available is the metal marking jig, which actually has these little thumb turns here which have a spike on the rear of them. Again, with this, you use this little notch out here to line up with your mark where you want your centre of your shelf to be, and you then go across and tap them into place. I'll use this one on this occasion, so we'll line that up there, give that a tap like so, and then repeat it on the other side of the shelf, so we're able to put two connectors in. As you can then see, we've got a couple of holes on each side for the connector. We'll go ahead and use the brad point drill bit and the non-marring drill jig. So now with the four marking points we've made there with the jig, I'm going to drill with the brad point drill bit and the non-marring depth stop. We'll line that up there like so. That's one hole. And like that, we've got the four holes. What we can then do is go ahead and grab our male part of the connectors, lightly pop these in place and mallet them in. And there we have it. That's our carcass side of the connector complete. We'll pop that to one side and go through the next step there. So now we're moving on to the shelf part, which consists of a two-step process. One of them is creating a channel in the side of the shelf, and then the second part will be creating the P-system groove in order to put the connector in. The first stage is to pop out these little rubber grommets here. So we'll just go through this hole here at the side and pop these to one side. That just helps you slide it along much easier when we come to do it. You will need to set your fence, which on the front, to half the material depth. This is 19mm, so I'm going to set it to roughly 9.5mm, and lock that off there. Settings on the machine for the groove, you have your P-system off, and then we'll have the depth set to 0. That will just stop the machine plunging too far out. We'll start at the edge here. This is going to be my front edge of the shelf, and as I do the groove along here, I'm going to get the end of the material in line with this centre one. That will mean the blade will have then created a full pass through on this side, but not on the front edge, which you're going to use as your face. Go ahead and pop the dust extractor onto the machine, pop it on. So now the groove has been created, we need to create the two P-system slots. The Divario is currently the only connector in the P18 range, so we'll pop that to 18, and we need the depth to be on max in order for the P system to engage. What we'll do is we'll just simply have the edge of the machine on each side, plunge in and create the 18 groove. So once we've created the groove and the 2P system cuts, you go ahead and get your Divario insertion tool, and the female part that clips in there. You'll notice these two pins, they actually push in when this is done. Reason for that is inside here is two little pins that will get pushed into the wood to hold that in place. Once in, we'll swoop that into the material. On the edge of this insertion tool is a line. You get the line in line with your material, give it a couple of taps, pull it out, and that connector is now in. Once again, we'll pop that in. This is the line we're aiming to line up with the material. We'll swoop that in. A few taps, sorted. We're now finished. I'll release the timber from the workbench. And you'll see, as I started with the machine fully at the edge here, we haven't bust out the front, whereas we took it all the way out on the rear of the shelf to create the full channel. So now we've got that full channel in the connectors, we can line these up, push these through the connector. It takes a bit of a tap. Slide your second one in, give that a tap as well. Nice edge there, which means your front edge will be perfect, and that's a completely hidden, strong connection there, obviously with a removable shelf. If you imagine you had a full carcass on both sides, that is tremendously strong, and again, completely hidden. So there we have it, a completed Divario joint created with the Lamello Zeta P2. Front edge completely enclosed, back edge cut out so you're able to slide it through. I do hope this video has helped in you creating your own Lamello Divario joints. If you did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date with our future videos. Thanks for watching.